and welcome to Showcase, TRT World's daily arts and culture program, coming to you this week from the 53rd International Antalya Film Festival. Make sure you get comfortable and let's begin. The Frankfurt Book Fair is the biggest in the world. It brings together about 7,000 exhibitors from more than 100 countries, and it's considered to be a driving force behind the $100 billion global publishing market.
The Frankfurt Book Fair is the biggest in the world. It brings together about 7,000 exhibitors from more than 100 countries, and it's considered to be a driving force behind the $100 billion global publishing market. It's significant for negotiating international publishing rights and licensing fees. It opened Wednesday, and this year the guests of honour are King Philip and Queen Mathilde of Belgium and King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands. One of the other attention grabbers at the beginning of the fair was the biggest book ever published of British artist David Hockney's work. It weighs 35 kilos and comes with its own stand. Turkey is also handing out copies of translations of some of its classic literature. The Sufi mystic Rumi and Turkey's national anthem poet Mehmet Akif Ersoy are among the authors of the 64 books chosen for the project. They were translated into 7 languages, including English, French, Russian and Bosnian. The Prime Minister's office supported the project. The book fair continues until Sunday.
Some find it a TV series too disturbing to watch, but that's exactly what Black Mirror intends to do. Give us a punch in the jaw. The dark anthology is back with a 3rd season.
In this world, we're all so caught up in our own heads. It's easy to lose sight of what's real.
Terrifying, twisted, but also funny. When Black Mirror's 1st season aired in 2011, it was described as innovative and shocking.
Sorry for a game?
The new season is no exception. Charlie Brooker's Emmy Award-winning TV show is back for a 3rd time after almost 2 years.
Singularity is when computers learn to outsmart man like women did.
The near-futuristic series is airing for the first time on Netflix after jumping from Britain's Channel 4. A different director is on board for each episode, and once again, each self-contained show is odd and creates a world of its own.
What's really interesting is that because we have a different director and a different cast each time, is what happens is you get, as soon as the directors come on board and get involved in the script will go off in directions that we hadn't probably foreseen, and it starts to mutate into something new and idiosyncratic.
Brooker has also surprised fans with 6 new episodes, which are 3 more than the previous seasons.
You want a cookie with that? It's on the house.
Sounds awesome.
The series again explores how technology can shape and destroy our lives.
Who are you?
Not them. They send me messages and I do what they say.
Why?
What I've seen and experienced so far of Charlie's writing is he is tapping into something which is, it's very on the edge, it's high farce. In a way, it's like on the edge of farce, but it's very realistic, and it's not just what could happen, but it's also, in some cases, what is already happening. But it's high end of like, oh my God, this is where our culture could go, and it is going there.
Hey, you awake yet?
Roots star Malachi Kirby, who we will see in the 4th episode of the latest season, had second thoughts about taking the part.
Black Mirror is one of the few shows that I'm actually a genuine fan of, and so I was excited about it just being done again. And I was, I was having this conversation because it was like one of those things where I was almost resistant to want to play it because then I'd find out what's happening in the episode.
Season 3 will be released on Netflix on Friday, and fans will be happy to hear another season is already in the works.
Fatma Zeynep Çilek opened an exhibition in Antalya this week. The contemporary Turkish artist blends modern techniques with ancient styles of calligraphy. Miranda Hatti has more on this one.
Istanbul artist Fatma Zeynep Çilek brings mysticism and symbolism to her new exhibition, My Mind Palace. She's inspired by ancient Turkish techniques, by East and West, and it shows. Calligraphy and faded etchings sit side by side with vibrant colours and patterns. Your work is a mixture of calligraphy and contemporary art. How did that combination come about?
Ben köklerinden beslenen bir sanatçıyım.
I'm an artist who takes inspiration from my roots, from history. Calligraphy and Istanbul are intertwined, and this inspires me. But as a contemporary artist, of course, I want to bring this ancient art form into the 21st century. We need to be able to interpret historical art, but without letting the roots go. We must keep that connection with our past.
All these paintings are modern, but you've managed to create an aged, authentic look to your work. How did you do that?
Buradaki işlerimde meşklerden
When I'm trying to make my work look old, I use different techniques, like scratching the surface of the painting. I use salt and other techniques to give it some texture and make it look aged.
Çilek's love of colour threads its way through all her work. It's in the little touches, a splash of red here, a vibrant green Arabic letter there. This is her favourite painting in the exhibition.
benim çok sevdiğim renkler var burada işte.
There are a lot of colors that I like here, red, turquoise, and this yellow that we have here. This color was used in Ottoman times. It symbolized gold. Here there's a design from Karahisari. He made his signature on calligraphy. I placed his design here. When you look from a distance, it looks like a portrait made of letters.
Bir tasarımı var.
And what about the title? My Mind Palace refers to Çilek's imagination and what she calls the rooms in her mind. The exhibition runs until October the 30th. Miranda Hatti, TRT World, Antalya.
Academic, movie industry savant and one of the judges at this year's International Antalya Film Festival, Sydney Levine, joins me now in Showcase. Hello and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Well, the movie industry is ever changing. Tell us what you do with your company, Sydney Buzz, to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, Sydney's Buzz, we are both consultants for filmmakers, so we need to know what to tell them. And because it's situated in Los Angeles, I hear a lot of the news. I think we have a festival from every country in the world there. I have my lunches, my dinners with friends. I hear, of course, I read the trades. I also write a blog about the international business. So just by being in LA and also traveling a lot, I pick up things and hear the trends and see the movies.
So what are the current trends in promoting feature and short films right now?
Well, shorts are gaining in importance. There's a brand new blog. It's called Yellowbread Shorts, or yellowbread.com, and it's covering shorts. That's the first time there's been any real press about shorts. Festivals show shorts because those are the calling cards of the upcoming filmmakers. It shows their talent. People are looking more. The new media shows them more. So I would say the trend is more in favor of shorts than features. The issue with features are not subjects. There's so many features. And film buyers that would put films into actual commercial distribution are now, instead of looking at them themselves for themselves, are looking at festivals as the filters. They want to see what festivals have chosen. Now there are so many festivals, there are so many films, even the festival programmers are saying there are too many films, there are not enough good films out of there. So the new thing that seems to be happening, it's called the Co-Production Forum. There are these co-production forums where filmmakers that get accepted in various festival and markets. Sorry, I just lost my voice. So these co-production markets, if a filmmaker is chosen, the doors are open for who are the financiers, the producers, the distributors, the sales agents. And what's running the film business right now are international co-productions. So this seems to be the new filter. If you look at the films here, the Turkish cinema, many of them are international co-productions. And so I would say that's the big trend now. That's the filter for everyone else.
Right. What are your opinions on Turkish cinema? And we always complain that we don't have enough promotion. What would you suggest people do for better promotion and better distribution?
Well, that's a very good question. Turkish cinema is very broad. I mean, it goes from very commercial to very artistic. We all know Semih Kapalo, and we know Nuri Bilge-Ceylan, and we know Yasmin Usalo, if we are film lovers, because those make the big festivals. We don't know Turkish cinema per se the way we know French cinema or German cinema or Latin American cinema, or of course USA cinema. Everyone knows that because it's all the big blockbusters. There's something in promotion that I think needs to be done. For instance, I was thinking about this the other day. In the New Yorker right now is a huge article on Turkey. It's not about cinema, it's about Turkey in the world today. I think people need to know more about Turkey as a former capital of the Ottoman Empire. I think they need to know the richness of this country, which I have seen here. And when a film gets in a festival, they need to know that that is in the festival. It can't be just there at the festival or the market. There needs to be more promotion. When New Yorker wrote this article, and I realized Turkey is in the middle. When I flew in and I saw the map, Turkey is so in the middle of the world. It's such a crossroads, and this needs to be talked about more. So when a film makes it into a festival, I think there needs to be more promotion, publicity, and press worldwide, especially in Los Angeles and New York, which are film capitals, or if it's in Cannes in France. I think there needs to be more.
Great. Well, what do you think of the Antalya Film Festival, and how does it rank among the other older festivals in the world, and what are some of the things that make it unique?
Well, of course, the grand dames of festivals are Cannes and Venice. On the second level, I would say Antalya is right there with Carla Vivari, with Locarno, perhaps Chicago, although that's not so well known in the United States. It's there. I hadn't realized it was there myself, because what I always hear about when I hear Turkey is Istanbul, Istanbul. But I think bringing the foreign press in here, bringing foreign producers, co-production possibilities, has made Antalya, suddenly we realize it's 53 years old. It's been here 53 years. And we realize that age, just by being here for so long, you get a respect. It's just like the people who've lasted here so long. It's such a competitive world, and the festivals are also so competitive that just by longevity alone, it is due respect.
Right. Well, Sydney Levine, it's been very enlightening. Thank you for joining us on Showcase.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
If you want something new for your home or closet, Design Week Turkey might have the next big thing. Designers from around the world are in Istanbul to display their creativity.
Clothing made by a 3D printer, touch-controlled household items, workout gear that opens your chakras. Design Week Turkey is showing what the future might bring to our everyday lives. It's the first Design Week Turkey ever held, but it's already getting big names like London-based architect and designer Daniel Widrick and his steel chairs, which look like geometry puzzles. And there's also Italian Patrick Rampellotto, who assembles his trophy lamps by taking apart pieces he finds at flea markets and putting them back together again. This lamp is by Marco Stefanelli. It uses sensors.
This lamp is made of cedar wood and resin. Multisensory design because we watch it, of course, as a lamp. We touch it, we sit on it also, but to manage to turn on and turn off this lamp, we have to touch it like this.
Amre Zeldin believes traditional clothes and traditional shopping will soon be a thing of the past.
This is a 3D printed dress, okay, which we are like pushing the boundaries to discover how the clothing of the future will be. So basically, there will be a scan which you can scan your body to understand the measure, and this scan, after that you will send you a model in which fits exactly your body, and you can directly from your home print it and wear it.
German designer Lilian Stenglein brought a yoga suit made using silver. It's designed to help the energy in your body flow freely.
The yoga suit for the digital yogi. The specialty about this yoga suit is that it actively helps to open up the chakra points, and it has special smart textiles incorporated here, which are highlighted with a only created laser cutting mesh. So we're using a lot of technology.
Dresses by Turkish designers also stun visitors, with traditional lace by Şebnem Günay. And a dress decorated with blown glass by Neslihan Çömez.
Istanbul is a unique platform. Istanbul is bringing the ideas from Eastern culture and Western culture. It's really connects every part. I mean, from north to south, east to west. So, in design perspective, you can see a lot of different end user and consumer attitudes.
50 Turkish designers and 40 international ones are participating in Design Week, which will run until Sunday.
And now on Showcase, we have Tara Fitzgerald with us. Hello and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
You recently played Lady Macbeth
Yeah.
on the death of his 400th death of his anniversary.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great. I mean, it was this year, it still is. There's a lot of Shakespeare going on in London, and I actually was playing Lady Macbeth until 2 weeks ago at the Globe Theatre, Shakespeare's Globe on Bankside. And it's the inaugural year of the new artistic director there, Emma Rice, who's a very exciting force. She's female, for one thing, and she has a very particular take on Shakespeare. She's quite irreverent about it in some ways, which is interesting. And she's very much someone who's a big advocate for gender equality. So she is casting a lot of roles that are traditionally seen as male roles for women. So it's good.
Well, you recently also played in the Game of Thrones, which is arguably one of the most popular series in the world right now. How was the experience as an actor and just to be part of such a huge production?
Well, when I loved the show before I was in it. I mean, I think for most actors now, they would say if they could be in a show on television, it would be Game of Thrones.
They wouldn't say no.
No, they wouldn't say no. And I crammed it before I started shooting, before I was offered a role. I must admit, when I was given the part, I was so happy. I mean, just really, really thrilled. So, and then I loved working with Stephen Delane. And no, it was very good. They run it like a very tight ship, and it feels, I mean, it's obviously this huge thing, but it feels like a very intimate operation, and it's very well oiled as a machine. They're very bright, the guys who are writing it, and it's. When I went away just, I think I was in 3 seasons altogether, and I went away after the second season, just travelling on my own. and it was incredible to see the impact on people, and of all ages, you know, and that's what I think is so amazing. It's both sexes, all ages, you know.
Sure.
It's quite transcendent in that way.
Do you still watch the show, and is there any character that you're actually rooting for to get the throne?
Well, I like Queen of Dragons, really.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I have to catch up on the last season, actually. Yeah, but I think she's probably my...
Queen of Dragons.
Yeah.
Well, me too.
Yeah.
When we look through your career, there's cinema, there's TV series.
Yeah.
You've played a lot of different characters, but one thing they have in common is they all seem to be strong women.
Yeah.
Is that true? And is that something you chose? Are those roles you've chosen, or did they just come to you that way?
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I suppose in one way, the women that are going to be turned into characters worthy of a fiction or characters worthy to be turned into a film are going to be strong or unusual in some sort of a way. Yeah, or is it slightly that does one bring one's own qualities, you know, and so in creating a character, you bring your own strength. So I don't know. I definitely, I was reading something about this actually. Another actress was talking about it, this very topic, and I think complexity is very important. I mean, that's where I'm being drawn more and more towards directing, which is in order to be able to really examine the female character, because I think that women are underserved, you know.
Right. I was just going to say that you have said that you want to direct in the
Yeah,
future,
yeah.
and you already have one short film
Yeah,
under
yeah,
your
yeah.
belt.
Yeah.
What drew you to directing?
I feel like I can't articulate everything I want in acting, that I love acting. And I find creating characters one of the most absorbing and fascinating things to do. But I do feel like I've got more to say, and I want to examine relationships in a fuller way, I suppose. You know, not just be one part of the pudding, but actually the bringing together of different people and of different disciplines. And I very much enjoy introducing people to each other and encouraging people to do their work, their best work. So that's something as a director that I really want to make use of. I think it's important. I mean, it's a hard one because I wouldn't think of myself as a fiercely political animal, you know, although I have very strong sense of injustice. But I do feel that the female voice, certainly in the UK, has much more to say, and particularly after a certain age.
Well, looking forward to those, definitely. Tara Fitzgerald, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
The Days of Cinema Film Festival is being held now in the Palestinian territories. It wants to put Palestinian cinema on the global map and inspire Palestinian storytellers to pick up cameras.
Film festivals are not just about showing movies. One being held this week is also trying to bring cinema culture back to the Palestinian territories. The Days of Cinema Festival is now in its third year. Its top prize goes to the best film made about Palestinians. 18 are in the running for the award.
The goal of this festival is being achieved, first by putting Palestine on the map of filmmaking, and also by achieving the culture of filmmaking in Palestine, by bringing people back to cinema halls, and also by encouraging the new generation to produce unique local films.
This year's entries include Ambulance, about a team of medics during the war in Gaza in 2014, and Paper Boat, about a couple deciding whether to start a family. Both are competing for the Sunbird Award. Estonian director Tuomas Järvet also presented his film Maher. It's about an electrical engineer who moonlights as an artist.
I actually knew about it last year already because I was here in Palestine the same time where the festival was on, and I was hoping that my film will be maybe taken to this festival next year, and luckily they did, and I'm here.
The festival's screenings and workshops are held in the West Bank, Gaza Strip and Jerusalem. The seminars aim to polish the talents of local filmmakers.
We thought that a days of cinema workshop, like cinema criticism, is very important because if we do not criticize ourselves, we won't be able to develop our skills, and this is very important.
More than 80 films from 36 countries are being screened. The festival runs until Friday.
And that's all we have time for on this edition of Showcase, coming to you from the 53rd International Antalya Film Festival. We'll be back soon with more from the world of arts and culture. I'm Özlem Işıtan. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.